How's that for leap day? It says leap day. February 29th. Only happens once every 4 years. Special day. February 29th. Wow. February 29th. Let's see if I get audio confirmation there. Turn on desktop audio so SpeakerBot can be hoid. And then turn off those repeating SpeakerBot messages. Good morning to yous. Not a lot to talk about today. Fortunately, yes, Jim English. For Martin Hogg came in with an email shortly before start time, so we'll get to that in a moment. But I will start with channel comments. And here we have Dennis with Zoom shows is installed on my new Windows installed with a local account. Hey, Jim, do me a favor. Somebody reached out to me yesterday and said that when they went to the Microsoft Store looking at Zoom, it didn't say installed, it said whatever's free or click or something like that. But they said when they actually clicked on that or hovered over it, it switched to say installed, even though they weren't on with a Microsoft account. My recollection, Jim reported yesterday that his did not show that. But would you do me a favor and go float your mouse over that or even click on it and see if it switches? Because that was a weird thing. I can easily see that some people might be upset that what? Microsoft is looking into my computer, even though I don't have an account. And he says he will check in a bit. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. And then here, this one, Mahandrans. I might have butchered that name from what he had intended, but I don't think he or she intended it to be pronounced. Says thank you. And that was on the video regarding the HP all-in-one that won't turn on. So Mahandrans, can I call you, what am I going to call you for short? Mahandrans? I don't know. But what we do here on this channel currently, back when that video was made, the nature of my daily videos were different, but we're here 6 days a week to try to provide ideas or help or assistance or flat out answers to issues. So I want you to know that we are here for you. If you have some issue that comes up that you're not finding a solution, come and ask the question over here. You can do that by putting a comment on any of my videos, or you can come into the chat room during a live stream Monday through Friday. That's 9 a.m. Pacific time usually. Saturday's 11 a.m. Pacific time, and that one's longer. Monday through Friday is about half an hour long. You can also send me an email to this address with any questions that you might have, situations that you come up across. And we're going to go right in now to one of our regulars here who sent a email this morning with an issue he's facing. Martin Hogg says, hi, customer with Windows 10 laptop has HP printer scanner. I hear a lot of moans coming from the audience, which has problem printing cyan. Now, for those who don't know, cyan is the blue color, bluish color in guy speak. And it's not pronounced cayenne, it's pronounced cyan. Cayenne is a pepper, and that's spelled different, C-A-Y-E-N-N-E. Cyan, customer changed cartridges, but all other colors show okay. That's a valid way to spell colors. It's just not the way I would usually do it. Show okay on a test page, but still no cyan. The align function fails due to this issue. Any ideas, as all printer settings show as okay, and auto troubleshooter does not find any fault. Also, cleaning print nozzles and print heads does not fix. My go-to response for this is buy a new printer. The ink pathways, not in the cartridge itself. You replace the cartridge and it still won't print. That means the ink pathways within the printer are clogged somewhere for cyan. And then, if you get a new printer, actually before buying a new printer, talk to the customer about how long has it been between printing. You need to use those color inkjet printers Let's see, he did say cartridge. He didn't actually say ink, but I'm pretty sure it's not a color laser printer. Why do I know that? Yeah, it could be print nozzles. Yeah, print nozzles. So that means it is ink. You have to use them periodically. I had one client who I've mentioned this client before, where they spend half of the year in Amsterdam, and I set up a scheduled task to automatically print a color, not a color test page. I actually created a document that just has a little bit, maybe one word of each color. So it uses those ink pathways. If you let them dry out, you're going to have problems. I had it printing like, I don't know if it was twice a month. I don't think it was once a week. That's going to use a lot of paper for 6 months. Once a month, maybe that's enough, but I think you probably want to print more than just a single word of each color. I did a quick little YouTube search just to see what comes with cleaning clogged ink in HP DeskJet, and this is all the ink cartridges. So how about ink pathways? I have tried taking a color inkjet printer to a printer servicing company, but the amount of money that they'll charge to thoroughly clean it, if it can be cleaned, I found like was half the price of buying a new printer. So I'd just rather buy a new printer, train the user that they have to use it. Don't leave it going long periods of time between. I have spent a significant amount of time trying to find some other fix, and I've never found anything. So that is my experience-based answer. I haven't done fresh research. Now, if you give us the precise model, maybe that model of printer has some other little known fix for that issue, but that's my initial reaction. Then let's go to chat because I don't have anything else to talk about. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Make this window bigger. Zoom in on 2, 3 or 4. Now let's do 4. Like count is disabled. I fixed that before the stream started, but you'd have to refresh your page to see it. And I don't know why that is. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and divert down a different direction. There's upload defaults. Was there an upload default that I changed when we were exploring that recently? Show how many viewers like this video. I bet that's why it keeps going off, because I keep recreating the new stream based on the prior stream where I actually turned on the likes. I think it must be using this setting, which is for upload defaults, not for live streams. And it seems to be reconfiguring for that. So we'll see how that works tomorrow. Then come back to chat. Oh, I just heard my Amazon Echo device ring, and that reminded me of something funny this morning. I know some of you have misplaced your cell phones. This morning I misplaced my cell phone. It's upstairs with me overnight, so I knew I had it this morning, but then just before Fortnite, I couldn't find my cell phone. Where was my cell phone? I tried the Find My Phone thing off of the iWatch, and it failed to find it. So then after the Fortnite stream, I tried it again, and I hear the phone ringing. I'm in here when it starts ringing, and it's out that way. So I go that way, and I think it's upstairs. I get to the stairway and start going up. No, it's over in my left ear, which is the coat closet. The entryway coat closet. How could it be in there? I didn't go in there. So I went in there, and none of those coats I wore this morning, as far as I could remember. Such a Doug. And so I found which pocket it was in, and oh yeah, I did have that coat on for a little while, and I put it into the closet. I got it. I got a big laugh out of that. Such a Doug. Rick Lakes, hello, Mike Wojcik, ran Israel, refresh the, yeah, that's from Doug. Seldom Ball, the weather report, there's SpeakerBot telling us what commands you can use. English, he will check. Daniel Emberley, with CPUs coming with built-in AI coming, And Windows 10 expiration on the horizon. When do you expect consumer corporate PC sales to pick up? 2024, 2025. Well, I'm expecting that my clients who are pinching their pennies, which there are some, are going to start in 2025. I'm trying to get them to start replacing those computers now because I don't want to be swamped with work in 2025. For the businesses who don't have a IT support technician, either in-house or out of house, that's telling them we've got to replace these computers, some of them are going to start replacing them in 2026 after they're getting more scary messages on their computers and after it becomes more well known among the normals. Because right now the normals don't know that. When I tell people that Windows 10 is expiring and it's no longer going to be safe to use that computer, they're pretty much usually surprised. Alice, hello. Continuing from channel comments, I looked into Microsoft Store, shows as installed. Okay, that was Dennis. Yes. And I think Dennis, oh yeah, we started that. Oh, from channel comments. I did I go? Yeah, I did go through the rest of the channel comments. But I didn't give Dennis a thumbs up. I'm not going to reply and tell him when, give him the timestamp of when I replied to his message because he's here. Zoom shows as installed on my new Windows. Yeah. All right, we've done all that. Come back to here. Lawn Dog, if you can get access to the printer head, take a Q-tip with a little bit of alcohol on the tip and rub it on the little microsolenoids on the print head. Warm water can also be used to wipe them off. Though that's not the printer cartridge. You got to get to the print head. The printer cartridge depends upon the printer you're using. You put that cartridge in, you put the printer cartridge in, and then the print head is that cassette. It's on the paper side of the cassette. And getting to that, I've never even tried. I think you have to do some disassembly to get into there. And I felt, look, by the time you pay me to do that, you're somewhere between half the cost of the printer and the full cost of the printer, and I can't guarantee results. So if you can get access, take Q-tips with a little bit of alcohol on the tip. I'd be concerned with the Q-tip about the strands coming off. I'd rather use something that's some kind of a microfiber something or other. With a little bit of alcohol on the tip and rub it on the little microsolenoids on the print head. With warm water also can be used, then wipe off. I wonder, warm water, it seems like that water wouldn't be much of a solvent for ink. I should use something else, some other chemical, alcohol maybe, or ice. No, what's that other one I'm thinking of? Turpentine? Eesh. I haven't had an inkjet printer for over a decade. Monochrome, laser. Ah, man, I prefer laser printers. But it definitely sounds like something's wrong with the printer itself. Print heads to fail, but usually they get plugged up, and that's considered a failure if you can't clean them.
Acetone?
Acetone, that's what I was trying to think of. Thank you, Selden.
Read my comment in chat.
Zavi Manor, let's see, scrolling up over on this. Not all HP printers have print head on the printer and ink. Agreed. There are cartridges with print head, and those can replace easily. Last year, I changed a print head for $69.60, not easy to the regular user. I was actually reading that off of OBS because it might not be visible here. Oh, there it is. Not all HP printers have print
Hovering
head
over install button does nothing.
on the printer and ink. Oh, hovering does nothing. Okay, doesn't say install. Your mileage may vary. Maybe that's all it is. There are cartridges with print head in the cartridge, and those can be replaced easily. Last year, I changed print head for $69.60, not easy to the regular user. Yeah, maybe check for replacement parts for that specific model printer, Martin, and try to search for print head. expecting to find something other than the ink cartridges. If it has a print head that you can order and replace, that might do it. But still, that's just a might. I rarely use color on my printer. Maybe I should check it. Yeah, if you rarely use it, you ought to be printing color once in a while. By the way, I used for several times those inks that come from third parties, and I think that had something to do with the print head failure. Yes, it could be that they don't have quite the same mixture in the ink, and the ink from the actual manufacturer might be formulated to better survive through periods of time when you're not using it. It's possible. I don't know. There's also the newer printers. They come with chips. The ink cartridges come with chips in them.
Repairing an inkjet is typically more than the price of a new unit.
Yes, that's what I've just been saying. Repairing inkjet, typically more. Yeah. So just buy a new printer. They're manufactured to be cheap to purchase, but the manufacturers make up their profit on buying the ink from them. And when I have a client want me to help them buy a new printer, I just tell them that, look, you need to pay for the manufacturer's ink. You can get it cheaper elsewhere, but it can really bite you. And if you're going to if you want color, there's a cost to it. Newer inkjet printers auto clean as long as they have power. Had a brother with clog and resolved by putting paper towel heavily soaked with alcohol overnight. But is it going to do an auto clean if you have it turned off for long periods of time? No. So it's going to auto clean as long as you're, you're saying as long as they have power. So maybe the newer ones have a design that once in a while you might hear it fire up if it's been a while without being used, and it might be doing a cleaning procedure. That very well could be. In fact, I think I maybe have heard that. Oh, what's that? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. Learn more. What does that do? I didn't even know that was coming up. I probably just haven't been paying any attention to it because I can't afford to pay attention. I'm trying to save on that. I'm a Grinch on attention. Or the print head becoming wonky and unreliable to the point where it's just not a good printer anymore, but I love scanner and other features it has. Jeff to Greg, me too. I bought an Epson inkjet around 9 to 10 years ago. When it started having problems, I switched to a Canon monochrome lasers, still going strong. Man, I love HP LaserJet 3. Yeah, HP LaserJet 3 with the Roman numeral 3, or the LaserJet 4 with LaserJet IV. I love those printers. Oh, they're gone. Lost phone, can't remember another senior moment. Good thing I'm still young. There you go, Brian. Yeah, you claim it. You just keep claiming that you're young, Brian. Sure. Greg to Jeff, yep, same with all my business clients who use monochrome lasers. Not all HP print. Yeah, okay, we read that one. It's going to be interesting, Doug, to see how this AI implementation is presented to us and its usefulness.
Nothing like hearing your printer wake up in the middle of the night to clean itself.
Yeah, there you go.
Do get used to it.
Oh, you do? And who's saying that? Danielle. So she's actually has one of those. So she does hear it cleaning itself. Awesome. Thank you for that, Danielle. It's going to be interesting to see how this AI implementation. Oh, boy. So corporations will be studying this new development.
LaserJet 3 was built. You know, I hate cow a tank and weighed as much.
LaserJet 3, yeah, built like a tank, and they did weigh as much. And yeah, it was difficult to carry them around. That's for sure. But man, they just go and go and go. Corporations will be studying. None of my corporations will be studying. They don't study. They do their work. They do what they get paid to do. I don't see any of my clients leaning in on AI. Then I suppose make a decision from there on whether to start replacing equipment as possibly a year or two after the machines are available. But it all depends upon what we are told its use is. Famous words from Microsoft features. This is live. Mondog, most printers, you can see the manual print head cleaning procedure. You can see the manual print head cleaning procedure with the Q-tip. Viewing a video will tell you how accessible it is. You know what? I recollect now that you bring me back to that subject again. I recall trying that on some printers and never having what I would call success. Maybe you get a little bit of the ink coming through, but not enough.
Doug, I did a Google search.
You did a Google search. I guess you're saying that you did a Google search for that specific make and model and found no specific instructions. Doug, there's actually special cleaning fluid for print heads. Yeah, I wouldn't even go there. I have an older Canon Pixma printer. Oh, interesting. You have a printer that prints Pixmas. I don't think I've ever seen a printed Pixma. That's obviously the name of the model of the printer. I'm just poking a little fun at it. As I said earlier, there's a lot of controversy. Some corporations are about third-party ink cartridges. There may be something to it. My mother bought a refill kit, and this was like 20, 25, 30 years ago, it seems like. She bought this kit to refill her cartridges, and it was very successful for her year after year after year.
Never acetone, warm water only.
And never acetone, warm water. So Zavi is saying warm water is effective on ink. Okay. Yeah, so she liked it, but that was back a long time ago. Chemical composition of ink is very carefully crafted by the manufacturer. Typically, it doesn't cause a problem, but who knows what happens over time. The manufacturer of the third-party ink. By the way, for the last 5 years, I've been using Epson Eco Printer, Epson Eco Printer, and I've been very pleased with its performance when it comes to printing. I bought Eco Printers for a couple of clients. Neither of them liked it. Let's see, I skipped over Danielle. I had the most difficulty with Epson printers that use the piezo inkjet technology. I don't even know what it is. Rather than thermal inkjet system used by most other brands. I already read that one. Do have some complaints about the software, how it operates, features of the printer itself, but I make a very important comparison to my favorite printer, which is Epson WF3640. Fantastic printer loaded with features, and software works excellent. Software for these multifunction printers. Oh my gosh, just shoot me now. The EcoTank printer that I have is fine, but again, I just prefer Epson software. It comes with the Workforce printer. The price of the EcoTanks have really come down. Read that one already. I have an OfficeJet 8600, cycles itself occasionally, so that's a thing. LaserJet 3 built like a tank. Yeah, we've been there. Let's see, Zavi with a print head for an HP. Oh, yeah, okay, so here's a print head. So this is not cartridges, $25. That's a reasonable price. So Martin, have you searched for a print head replacement for your specific printer? I don't think you've given us what the actual printer model is yet. Yeah, Google search for what? Let's see, did he answer that yet? Well, Doug, by the way, the other day I had to purchase some acetone and just need a little jar of it. They wound up selling me a pint, and it was $11. Got a lifetime supply. Warm water, I assume, softens the ink, and the Q-tip itself draws the ink into the cotton swab. That might be a reason why the Q-tip might be better. I know they recommend Q-tips. It just seems, I guess you just need to be careful about not leaving strands of Q-tip. Daniel says, last time I worked from home, used a company-issued laptop with an electronic device with a special code, changed every 2 minutes. No idea how things were done to support COVID working from home. Yeah, that's there's a cob. What's that? I can't think of the name. A hardware key code something or other. There's a special word for that. Yeah, that's a security. And they use a company issued laptop. They won't let you use your own computer. And for my brother's
Dongle.
Dongle. Well, dongle. No, dongle can be even a wireless mouse is a dongle. There's a specific word for the hardware device that is a code for secure connections, different than dongle. Yeah, key fob. No, not a key fob. Smart card. No, that's not what I'm thinking either. Smart card can be other things besides computer security. Yeah, but my brother has a computer-issued computer at his home. He's not allowed to do any surfing of the web, any personal stuff on that computer. Jeff to Lawn Dog, my workforce printer developed alignment problems I couldn't fix. I had the best scanner of any multifunction printer. There's a good English. This should be a Jim alternative word. Any malfunction printer. A multifunction printer, also known as a malfunction printer. I don't know. That's maybe a little unfair. They seem to work pretty good when they work. Once you get over the software hump. Given the way printers are built these days as well, plastic parts, I'm talking about the gears and levers. It's a miracle they work after a long time. Yeah, I wish these companies would really study why people buy their products and continue along those lines. Well, yeah, they do. Haven't you seen their survey requests? Yeah, that's studying, right? Do a real live interview. Why don't you people? Rather than change and go into different direction, which is what happened with my Epson Workforce printer. They redid the software, and it's not as good as the new EcoTank that I have. Still prints and still stands, but the features and the way it works is not optimal, by the way, Jeff Ryman. That is one function that I use. My WF something printer, Epson, the scanning function is awesome. I like ScanSnap. When people ask me for a scanner, my go-to is ScanSnap because that is its sole function in life. If you want a scanner, if you want to do a lot of scanning, I far prefer them using these ScanSnap devices. These ScanSnap scanners, they just go and go and go, and it's simple. They put it in and it's fast. They are just super fast. It's pricey, so it's for people who are doing a lot of scans, and particularly my legal offices, they have ScanSnaps all over the place. Any news regarding virtual Macrium sysprep experiment? No, haven't gotten back to that yet. Look back at my Google search result. Is he telling me to, or is he saying he did? Was there a Google search result that he put into chat? Again, partial sense. I've just checked on Google. It seems quite a number of people with various models of HP printers have the same issues and various fixes do not resolve. Well done, Martin. You looked in the comments to see if it worked. If people didn't work for me, or are they saying, yes, that worked. Thank you. You're a hero. You're a god. If you got to go look at the comments. Don't just watch don't just read the instructions on the website or watch the video. Got to go see what people says about it. Go see what people says about it. Really? Why people buy their products is because they know no better and get suckered in by the printers manufacturers marketing spiel. Fujitsu makes the best scanners. They are, yeah, ScanSnap. Isn't it that made by Fujitsu? Yeah, it is Fujitsu. Yeah, great EM. It's marketing guys. Okay, I'm just at time right now. Marketing guys diverting your attention. What's important? Any product, something like that. I have a ScanSnap. Love it. Really help reduce the amount of paper files hanging around. Yeah, at least for business use. Flatbed single function scanner is better for photos and negatives. Yeah. If you're putting in sheets of paper, stacks of paper, the ScanSnap is wonderful. And it also does a really good job with business cards, although I don't have any clients actually using that function. Imagine if you're doing a lot of business cards on a flatbed scanner. What are you going to do? Open it up and place them all on the screen? Or are you going to do one at a time, put it in, scan it, open it up, scan it? But with a ScanSnap, you can put a stack of business cards in. and checks yeah, I think checks. And these people who do reviews on printers, they never really get into how the software works. They will do an overview, but not get down to the nitty gritty. Yeah. Anyone else here's a Google Home Mini or Nest Mini? I don't. Okay, that is the end of the show. So if you'd like to send a question for me in the chat room to respond to, you can send to that email address or put a comment on any of my videos. Have a great Thursday, right? Thursday, yeah. Goodbye.